guys, it's Nancy and I am showing another card from the brand new Not Too Shabby release. If you missed it, check out the Not Too Shabby shop and the Not Too Shabby channel because the design team members have made some beautiful cards. And I just wanted to show you guys, this was the card that I made previously. I will link that video for you. And I used this one, which is pumpkin spice and everything nice. And I had my first pumpkin spice latte today for 2020, and it was so good. So anyway, I wanted to use a combination of these stamps. This one is super cute. This one is called Critter Costume. Very Halloween-y with the costumes and the little critters all dressed up. And then this one has the little gnomes, and this one is called Fall Gnomes. And then this one has some more kind of pumpkin spice. It's called You, Me, and Pumpkin Spice. So I was going to combine these two stamp sets, and I have an idea in my head now if it will work out or not. That is yet to be seen. But yeah, let's try it out. So I pulled out a piece of, this is Spectrum Noir Ultra Smooth Premium White cardstock because I'm going to be coloring with alcohol-based markers. So that's what this is. I'm going to be stamping with Brutus Monroe Detail ink. I believe this is the best, blackest ink for alcohol coloring. If you don't have it, use Memento. It works pretty well. And then I have some masking paper. So my idea was to kind of create this little scene, but I may have to do a little bit of masking. Don't need that in there. Here I have my little mini Misty, and inside my mini Misty is the mini Misty mouse pad, they call it. You can purchase this separately, and I put a pretty big piece of sticky grid over top of that. So I'm going to turn that around that way. Okay. And shove it down into the corner there so it holds everything. So I really don't need my magnet. So here is my thought. I want to put this cute little baby gnome on top of this pumpkin and flank him on both sides with the squirrels. I think he would look so cute. So the first thing we need to do is kind of see where he's going to go on top of the pumpkin, and then we have to mask him. He's going to go right in the middle. Oh, can't get my stamp set at. Here we go. And these are photopolymer stamps made in the United States. So because we want him in front of the pumpkin, we have to kind of set up the placement, and then we're going to, actually I could be able to ink that if I don't ink the top of the pumpkin. Let's try that. Let's try lazy non-masking. Sometimes that works. All right. Grab my detail ink, and I'm just going to do the bottom of the pumpkin. Make that a little darker. Okay, I think that's gonna work. All right, so we're gonna clean that up and bring our little baby gnome in. Oh, that's going to be so cute. Okay. So I'm going to turn him around and have him sitting right on top of that little pumpkin. He's so adorable. All right, and then you can go in with a fine liner Copic marker, which is an alcohol marker. Oh no, we don't want to use that. Excuse me, good thing I didn't do that. We want a Memento pen. Let me find my Memento pen. I almost messed that up. That would have smeared so bad. Okay, so we want our Memento pen, and we're going to take the thin part, and I'm just going to draw in the rest of that pumpkin. Okay, so again, it looks like he's sitting on top of it. All right, that looks pretty good. Now we want the squirrels on each side. And for the squirrels, I kind of wanted one to hold the little acorn. So the squirrels come out of the You, Me, and Pumpkin Spice set. Okay, so this guy's gonna hang out over here. And stamp him again. And I think one more time. Okay, look at how cute he is with his little scarf. Okay, and then there is a little acorn, and this little squirrel, it kind of looks like he has his hands out, so I kind of want it to look like he is handing the little gnome boy this acorn. So same thing, we might have to do a little bit of masking for this one, so I'm going to stamp this little acorn out on masking paper. This is why we keep every little piece, because look, that little corner there is perfect. Whoa! Good thing I didn't drop that on my project. And when you cut a mask out, you want to cut as close as you can on the inside of the line. You want your mask to be very tight and small, because when you stamp up against it, there's a little line from the difference in height between the adhesive and your stamping paper. So the closer you can make it to the line, the less that will be visible. So you want to come in really tight and close with your mask. All right. So we're going to put our little acorn. There's a little blue backing, and pull that off. And it's just a low tack tape. You can also use Post-it notes for this as well. All right, so if I were to stamp this first, and again, I'm just looking at placement here. If this guy's kind of giving him, so we kind of want it right there, right? Yep. So I'm going to stamp it first. We're going to put our mask over it. Okay, now we're going to remove our acorn. And we're going to apply our little squirrel. So again, it looks like he's handing the acorn over. By the way, if you're interested in any of these stamps, you can check out the link down in the description for the Not2Shabby shop, and there is a coupon code down there for you. I guess I really didn't need to mask that off, but better safe than sorry. So now when we lift the mask off, it should look like, there we go, like his hands are on there. Okay. Actually did not need to mask that, but that's okay. Looks cute, right? All right, so then we have some various foliage, leaves and things like that, and some mushrooms. I want to put those in here to make it look like, okay, now those I do want to mask off the pumpkin because I don't want those. I want those in the background. We want our little baby gnome to be the highlight, so we are going to mask off the pumpkin a little bit here. Almost snapped out on my project again. Boy, Nance, you're really not being very careful today. And these masking sheets are from Inkadinkado. I will link my Amazon shop for you down at the bottom. So anything that I'm using is linked in my Amazon shop for you guys. These masking sheets are nice because they hold up pretty well to multiple inkings. So once you're done using the mask, you can actually save it and use it a few times. Alright, so again, we're going to peel the blue backing off. Maybe. There we go. Put that on top of our pumpkin. Alright, now we're going to put our mushrooms kind of in the background, poking out. So they look like they're behind the pumpkin. I don't want to overlap on top of my squirrel. I'm going to do a couple of these little acorns behind this guy here. And another smaller pumpkin. Mushroom. Again, just going to kind of build that in the background. To come back to that one. Can't decide where I want it. I'll do like that. Okay. And these little acorns, and we have some leaves. Quite a few different leaves, so you can really make a nice, easy foliage set. We'll come back and add the leaves in a second. Let's stamp these guys. So we want this little corner acorn. We want that whole mushroom. And for this one, I really just want the top of the mushroom. Okay. Good. Okay. All right, my little scene is coming together here. now I want to add some leaves. That leaf actually might go right in front of the pumpkin, so we'll fix that. Let's try that. I'm going to do the same leaf over here. I'm going to move my panel though because my little squirrel is hanging off the edge. I'm just going to move this over to this side because we're done with this side. So we will move this little leaf over here. It's giving us just a little bit of ground cover. And then I'm going to lift my mask from the pumpkin and I'm going to put a leaf in front of it. So then we have the two pumpkins kind of in the background. And I'm going to add this pretty big leaf right here in front, and I'll be sure to color it in a darker color. Okay, and then we can always go in and fill in some more as well. So now it's, if you have any spots that didn't stamp out well, you can take your Memento marker and fill them in. And again, you want to use Memento because we are going to be using alcohol markers. So whether it would be Copic markers or Spectrum Noir markers or Arteza, whatever you have, you just want to use an alcohol-friendly ink. So you want to use the opposite of whatever you stamped with to color with. So we stamped with the dye ink, a non-alcohol ink, so we're going to color with alcohol inks. If you stamp with an alcohol ink, then you want to color with like a water-based ink. And then you won't have any kind of bleeding of your inks. All right, so let's move these two stamp sets aside. I always just keep my masks and stick them to the outside of the packaging there. All right, so let's get to coloring. And I'm sure if you guys have watched my channel, you'll know I don't do a whole bunch of alcohol marker coloring. I don't feel that I'm really good at it, but I'm always trying to learn. So hopefully this doesn't take me too long. It's a fairly easy scene. If you want to learn alcohol coloring, there's a lot of videos out there, but Ryan, who is one of my friends and crafty companions, he does amazing coloring, and I know he was thinking about doing some alcohol coloring classes, so I hope he does that, and then, you know, we all can learn a little something. Use the bumping. I moved my light and now I can't reach my markers. you can see that I'm mixing up my Copics and my Artezas and my Spectrum Art. Use what you have. You know, you've spent money on the art supplies. They all work pretty much the same, so use what you have. Such a generous little squirrel sharing his little acorn. That was a little darker than I wanted to go. That's okay. Just keep blending until it's where I want it. Oh, that's too dark too. And for those of you that don't like to sit and watch the color, if you tap the right side of the screen, a double tap, it will fast forward 10 seconds for you. And for those of you that want to go back and see what's going on, hit the left side of the screen, double tap it, and it will rewind 10 seconds for you. One's E7 and one is E8, and I think the E7 is called light mahogany and the E8 is called brown, but the E7 is darker than the E8. Weird. Yeah, it gets totally washed out. Interesting. And we want to give them a light color belly. Oh, let's go in with some grays. There we go. And then we'll make this guy gray. So the basic way that I do my coloring is I put the lightest color first. I go in and add the next color, which I think would be a darker color to kind of just give it some shadow. And then I go back in with the first color and just darken everything back up. Well, not darken, blend it back out. Okay, and since this is a fall scene, I feel like we need to use fall colors on our little buddy's clothes. So I want a deep, dark purple for his scarf. I think it'll go well with the oranges. Okay, well, that looks pretty good. All right, so how about, well, I guess I could do the mushrooms in kind of a warm gray. let's color our little guy now. Let's go in with some kind of dark blue. Well, would he have dark blue shoes or would he have like moccasins on? I don't know, but I'm going to say that these are kind of like his pants and shoes right here. Nice dark turquoise color. Okay, and then I think I want to do, would it be too weird to do a lime green shirt on him? Let's try it. If we don't like it, we can always darken it up. And I'm going to guess his hands are behind his back and he's hiding some kind of goodies. I do like that, but I do think it's kind of dark, so we're gonna blend that out a little bit. I mean, too light. So blend some of that out. There we go. A little more fall-like with the green. And do I want to carry that color? So we have orange, green, we have purple, we have mahogany. What other fall color can we add in there? We really didn't add too much dark brown. I think I'm going to stick with the green just so everything matches. I might make his hat a little darker green. But I feel like as a gnome, isn't he kind of the same fantasy world as fairy folk? You know, they live off of the land, so I feel like what he would have would be kind of very natural looking color. So we're going to darken this a little bit. And we will blend. Blend, blend, blend. Oh, more of an olive green. That might work better. I like the olive green. We're going to do that. And carry that into his shirt so it's all matchy-matchy. Then okay, I think he looks so adorable. It looks like he's hiding a little something behind his pocket. Or behind his hands, behind his back. Darken that up a little bit. A little green in there. And then all we need to do is just kind of add, I think we need a little background color. So let me see what we can add in here. I like these little stippling brushes. These are from Judikin's Color Dusters. And I'm going to grab some Catherine Pooler icing on the cake. You can also pick this ink up from the Not2Shabby shop. And I know this video is probably a little longer than I normally do, but I really wanted you guys to kind of see my process and all the coloring and everything. This gives us kind of this wood floor look. And I'm going to grab some blending brushes. And I kind of want this twilight scene where it's kind of a little bit of purple and blue. So again, I'm going to pull in some Catherine Pooler inks. I think I will start with some orange, some Tiki Torch. Tap some of that off. Just kind of encircle him without trying to get too much ink on him. So we can have like this circle of orange there, and then we'll go in with some Grape Crush, some purple. Same thing. And then that one, I'm going to kind of start off the edge and pull that color in. We don't want it to look like it's nighttime. We just want to have this, like this twilight glow. And again, you can pick up these mini inks from the Not2Shabby shop. And yes, you can use the discount code provided below towards them, as well as the stamps. Now, once I have my base layer kind of set up, again, I'm just tapping off so I can get a lighter coverage around that orange so we're not blending into brown there. And then I'm going to go onto the edges, and I'm going to be a little bit heavier handed and darken those edges up. How fun and cute is that? So we kind of have this fall twilight in the woods with our little gnome folks and animal critters. Very fun. And there's a lot of cute sentiments that you can choose as well in the sets. Again, these two stamp sets are from the Not2Shabby shop. One is called You, Me, and Pumpkin Spice. And that one is the one that has the two little squirrels, has a young lady holding up pumpkin spice kind of cup. There's also a little mini cup, so if you wanted little guy to be holding a little pumpkin spice cup, you could do that as well. And then the other one is called Not2Shabby Fall Gnomes, and that has like a grandpa gnome and also this little baby gnome and some cute little sentiments in there. I'm here for you. There's no one like you, no matter what. And you had me at pumpkin spice, and hi friend. But again, this is part of 4 stamp sets that were released by the Not2Shabby shop. So go check them out. Again, here are the 2 cards that I made for the design team. I'll mount this one on a card panel, then I'll put a little sentiment on there. But I think it's pretty cute. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Check out the links down below for the Not2Shabby shop, and as well as links for the items that I used today. If you have any questions, post them down below as well. Thanks for watching, and keep on stamping. Bye-bye.